subsidy, and no official statement so far has been put out by the presidency. So until that, we'll have to hope that this is just talking town, and they're doing everything possible to ensure that they hold on to that statement about fuel subsidy being indeed gone. Good morning.
Today is my day. Good morning.
I'm not sure what you're doing this morning, but it's working for you.
This phone, I'm not using my phone. I'm using my phone.
Okay.
We should this, and we have to always tell the president so that he will know what is happening in our local. The president cannot be everywhere, and that is why most times we call and state things. We are not criticizing him at all. And I don't suppose that this listening president, this listeners are saying he will eject and will be the boy. No, you sure them? You don't think that they put on stage to apologize?
Yes, they did. We
all make mistakes. No one is perfect. Sometimes you want to get in a hurry to tell us your achievements. You make mistakes. Once you make such mistakes, you come out and apologize. Like the previous regime, they will not even answer us. That's because they truly made mistakes. I went to Google and found out that even the daughter of Itodo one there. So it's not Mr. President that is the first to do it.
The first African president.
Can you hear me?
I can go ahead.
Mr. Lincoln did that. What does this have to best for the country? That is the most important thing. Truly, I wanted to ask this of subsidy. I heard you talking about it. They should make it clear to us understand. Now that dollars is 1,000 or 1,000 naira, that the government is subsidizing and the government is not willing to help to Nigeria, or what is happening? So that we both just feel like selling stuff cheaper because we have a new president. It's not too clear because the voice, remember that the day the subsidy is gone, when you came on air, I told you, to me, it's just subsidy remover. And you expect to me, because I know to go to confuse me. Now I'm so asking you, make it clear to us, because we don't have a refinery that is functional to our capacity. And dollars is 1,000 or above naira. What is happening that we are buying for 500 some places, 500 plus, because it's 500 plus, in some places 100. How are they doing it? It's not clear. All
right.
You not always be in a hurry to give information so that they will avoid mistakes. So that Dubai issue is also pending. It never clear, but we are.
All right.
Thank you. I'm not going to call you again.
Thank you. Good one. Good morning.
Good morning again, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome.
I really want to know, I remember Mustafa Bakar Ali Ketin, I'm calling from PW Kuba.
All right.
Of what significance is ringing a bell to Nigerian security, Nigerian economy, Nigerian education and healthcare system? Whether the president is the first or the last, that impact on anything on Nigerian soil? I never even bother myself to watch that video of my own ringing a bell. And why should I be celebrating my own ringing a bell? Come on. And for the other side, the main reason why I call, I'll never be disappointed. I will not say anything negative about administration. We are not perfect. They are not perfect. But I have the utmost belief that this government is going to do its best. Believe me, it is not foreigners that are running Nigerians. Nigerians that are running Nigeria. And it is Nigerians that Nigeria into where it is today. And it is only we Nigerians that can fix the rot we have caused with our own hands and with our own tongues. The earlier everybody begin to do from his own little corner, I told you are doing your own in that studio. And you are doing it perfectly well. If all of us can do it from all our corners, believe you me, this country will be better. No politician can loot without the connivance of a banker or a civil servant. Is it possible for a minister to bring me 5 million? It is the civil one that will connive now. If the civil servant say I will not do, will the minister, appointee, have that gut to go and do himself? If the banker is not the one that will legalize, will bring the proceed, you say no, money is for public and it's not to public. Will the politician do anything? It is a vicious cycle. Anybody that is really not to break the cycle means it means well for this country. So it's a collective responsibility. The task of every nation. Pack all Nigerians US. Pack all US citizens to Nigeria. In the next 30 years, Nigeria will be better than this. I'm telling you.
Are you for real?
Run for real because US have the knowledge, they have the technology, the resources, everything is here. Now just production will just start. But we we will go the follow one way for New York. No, be way.
Well,
Thank you very much.
okay. Thank you, Abubakar, for sharing your thoughts right there. This brings us to weapon management. It's important that in trying to dispel falsehood, any information put out that is actually true, when that is done constantly, the trust the people were somewhat developing would start to wither away. They would have questions for everything you put because they're not certain if a few hours afterwards you will be retracting the statement or changing your thoughts on it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
My name is Jacob.
Can you move away from where you are? It's a bit...
I'm outside my room.
Okay.
I'm outside my room, brother.
Let's try this and see how it works out. Go ahead, please.
It's all right. It's all right. I just want to comment on this ringing bell. I didn't understand it. Which bell is that?
So it's the NASDAQ bell, and a statement was put out as him being the first African president to ring the bell. But afterwards, to dispel that, stating that he's not indeed first African president.
I heard like that. So I don't know the type of bell. That's why. Well, even if it is true, that shouldn't even make a news at all. Because it has never done anything to the table of a common man here in Nigeria. So that is, by the way, this issue of propaganda of everything. They should stop it. The past government do it. They didn't succeed. You can't country with propaganda. Before you bring out anything, sure that the information you are passing out is correct. And they should not be doing type of things. So they look at the FCT and officials also strike. Banned everywhere, clean everywhere. The news of Nigeria every day. There's no day you will not hear that somebody was killed by bandit terrorists in Nigeria. Those are the things they should fight for, so that they can stop, not propaganda. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Right, and NASDAQ is an acronym for National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations, and it's an American stock market that handles electronic securities trading around the world. And it was developed by the NASD, which is the National Association of Securities Dealer, and is monitored by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. So I hope that answers the question that you asked earlier. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Welcome.
Yes, kudos to your program. Actually, this is the first time after a long time I am coming in successful to this program. My name is John from Africa.
Welcome, George. Great to join us.
Yeah, so please, the best that was present, I want to ask pragmatically, how has that changed the situation of the common man in Nigeria? How has that changed the fact we hear that subsidy is back and fuel at 619 naira? How has changed our situation? On practical, what we call a measure, it's too much. Because when you are living in a neighborhood, and what is helping you, this effort is working, and you're driving out of that neighborhood, everybody will look at that if for 1 naira. The guy is stealing money from somewhere. He's buying, and he's driving his car every day. You can't live safe because others see you are one guy who is trying to do as my neighbor. But meanwhile, that I'm an engineer by profession. I need to let you know that anybody who adds solar to his house, you can please share my number. I don't need you to pay me anymore. I will share the idea for you free of charge, so that you can come out from one to the other. Maybe if you don't remember, I'm one of those guys that are very pragmatic about Nigeria. Engineer by profession.
Okay.
And we need a circle of engineers, a think tank engineers, so that we can start implementing some of these things we read in the book room. Not about reading it. We come together and ideas together and do small things. After all, big machines made up of small modules. About that small machine.
All right.
Solar. Let's talk. We have so many ways to go to. We have used solar since 2010. I have one solar. 5,000 watt solar. I mean, commercial power supply is not steady. You can have power throughout the day and about 4 hours into the night when you go to sleep now.
All right. We need to go on a break right now, so we'll go and make room for others to call in their thoughts. Today we're talking about fact-checking the government and how they can ensure that whatever information is shared about what is being done for Nigeria and the Nigerian people, what it should be is the right information. There's no situation where every now and again get a retractment of, oh, this is not what it is. There was a typo or a mistake, as we've seen in the past weeks. We'll go on this break. We'll come back, get your thoughts, and continue this conversation.
New host, new realities, true conversations, trustworthy ideas, shared passionately on your number one talk station of the nation. Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 This is Nigeria.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
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 1 a.m. Would you rather the government goes on to duties without necessarily giving any heads up? Or would you say it's transparent enough when they give the heads up before they execute? Because half the time say things that are not done, the time frame that Nigerians hope will be achieved, and then the actions as to, did you really mean that statement? Because promises have been made over and again, and half the time those promises go unfulfilled, and it just goes to show that everything should be held to when it is said. So would you just say, oh, the government should just go on first and do those things it needs to do, and just really tell us or raise our hopes, but we'll be able to see the impact of whatever actions that they are taking? We're talking about fact-checking the government to ensure that they are held accountable for every information that they get. And so far, there's been a bit of conversation about what has been said and retracted, because after a while it was found that it wasn't indeed true, and they had to sometimes apologize for not putting out the right information. 0700 950000 8095 974 Those are the numbers to call on WhatsApp at 080 9930137. Let's take some messages before back to taking your phone calls. And this one's this government, like the person ones, needs to do better. Bell lifting of the Emirate flights and the PH refinery will come in December. December will soon reach. Okay, right? That's what the Patriot is saying, asking if indeed December is going to realize. Well, it's not December yet, it's September. So we have to wait, fingers crossed on that one. And Hafsat says, the bell is not what Nigerians need at this time. Action in every sector is all that we are asking for. Your device is on, eh? Good morning. Move away from your device. All right. When you call in, please move away from your device so that we can have a smooth conversation. All right? Thank you. Morning. Brahim, your sound is getting distorted. Can you change your positioning? That helps.
On the road.
Okay, let's try this. Go on. See how far we can go with you, with hearing from you.
Yeah, concerning the jungle retracted, all the states is really comfortable with this complaint.
Thank you. Yes, it talks about everything you're saying. So please call back. Baggy says, research conclusions have always been Albanian. We also is statistics for foreign institutions without proper. We should all develop the to collate figures and information with MBS. That's the Nine Bureau of Statistics taking the lead. Ringing the Nasdaq bell by the president. Great advert for Nigeria, whether we like it or not. It is not wise to say something before you do. Besides, don't believe in anything the government says will do. That's what Stilo is saying. Stilo, so what would you advise the government to do to gain your trust back? There are those who have maybe lost trust government based on promises made and not been fulfilled, time frame giving. What do you know the government should do to ensure that Nigerians are more trusting of them while also holding them accountable for what they promise to do for the country? Information management is very important to the public, because if the source from the authorities, or if the source is from the authorities, okay, it must be reliable. Security in the system is worrisome, and this must be addressed. False information is information which must be worked on by the information manager professionally, is what G.D. Abdulaziz is saying. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Matthias, and I'm calling from Zuba.
Go ahead, Matthias.
The issue is that who have been managing this country are giving the populace. The person that is speaking to you was once a dollar. We know what has been happening. Even the way the president put a match, we saw it. Those of us work in the radio houses, you protect your radio by supporting certain things that we say. They tell us a lot of lies. Now, a president that has been criticized.
Sorry about that. You can call back Matthias to finish that. That will be great, all right? Now, the PDP, the opposition party, has also come out to draw attention to some promises made by the administration and why it takes so long for it to be achieved. They're wondering what's the point of information if it only raises hope and doesn't necessarily meet or change anything. Now, there's something about the exchange claiming to return exchange rates to a reliable, dependable figure floating of the naira, which is far from what we are currently experiencing. There's also the $10 billion FX injection. The spokesperson for the PDP at the time stated that central bank to inject 10 billion naira into the foreign exchange, which hasn't happened. Well, and there are also concerns about the key appointments, saying that even though the government promised include government, it's as key appointments are just favoring one section of the country, and it doesn't live up to the facts of what was stated here. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
How are you this morning?
I'm thank you. How are you?
Tony Odumbarimpa.
Go ahead, Tony.
Talking about building to be 50, a good leader does build trust.
Mm.
And I'm not saying in that. I mean, one question I ask a lot of my association friends: what is the leadership philosophy of African leaders, Nigerian leaders? If we don't get it right, then we throw it. And who is the best leadership of it? The best leadership philosophy will be people first. They have the people as their leadership philosophy. No, if the leaders think about themselves first, and that's why they don't have our trust. Put the people first. But number one, reduce the over of caste. When less on yourself and more on the you don't
Yes.
For several years, Japan, their three policies were education.
Mm.
The leader does not have education as number one policy and business is not ready for leadership. If the president does not have education, that's why I adore the person of tomorrow. It's my mentor, in fact. Philosopher. Number one, people to America. Number one top policy here is not education. Can we get Nigeria? Number one, put the people first. What is our fish? What is the least agenda of our leader? African leader in Nigeria. Yes, leadership is social justice. Do you have Africa and Nigeria? No. Do you have equal rights and opportunity? No. When there's equal rights and opportunity, when they trust on the leader. Go down, transparency, when we talk about go down on cost of governance.
All right.
No.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts there. Lajias says, like I always say, nation building is not a solely one man duty. Preach to our brothers, sisters, uncles, and so on to stop kidnapping for him ransom and do away with all the anomalies. This is cause of the kingpin of kidnappers' sons, no daughters of highly placed individuals. Is Nigeria the only country around the globe is going through a hard time? That question that Laji is asking. And Chris in Airport Road says, we as a sovereign system people aren't ready yet. A country is pushed aside just because no one wants to stand up and stand in, or rather save their job instead and do ill. Okay. We should do more and not just see the job or see our jobs as a medium to feed and remain employed. That level of cautiousness is all we need to cultivate. It's our politicians that hold power in this country. If you stand in their way, you might be taken out. Are we not seeing the way things are controlled across various government sectors? If I feel the government has a responsibility to put things right when determining the behavioral change of citizens in the country, this president should do that. We haven't seen progress yet since inception. They shouldn't give us excuses, ask us to be patient. Again, is what Lady C is saying. Yes, I had a good weekend. Thank you for asking, Nizi. Very worrying when I hear us blaming Nigerians for the ineptitude of government. If the government is sincere, anybody bring them suggestions? We pay them humongous salaries to drive the nation forward and not excuses. Do civil servants force them? Folks are in the time they should use to deliver good governance to Nigerians to plan to do something else. It's unfortunate, is what Nazi said. Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Bro.
Welcome. How are you?
Azaba Edwan.
One and only. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Thomas Alice on the line.
Sally, so go ahead, please.
The important thing, what is our approach? Just a one thing. Because I go to this country, there is truth in this country, but what is our approach? Just a corruption. Where they can keep corruption away and know how to tackle the corruption in this country, the lie will cancel. Let you bring lies, corrupt to steal money. When they can stop that, God, I swear, not say that is our problem, it is a problem in this country. When God catches a good leader to come to keep it out and not to fight this corruption, we can lie or cancel.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts right there. Now, fact-checking is an important part of ensuring transparency, accountability, and accuracy in public information. I mean, we should be able to trust them enough to not always out the information that they put out. But it's also important that once this information put out, you fact-check just to be certain that they are indeed as shared. Tom Kennedy, before Pop says, okay. Move on to Trick's message. From the interactive section of the president with Nigerians in diaspora, you can clearly see the sense of excitement and readiness of a leader who is marketer of his product. In this case, Nigeria, and placing the country on the international platform and arena in order to attract foreign investors and consequently investment for his country. And in the same vein, urging his citizens in foreign or in diaspora to return, because there is a new sheriff in town already striving to restore hope to Nigerians and also strengthening the institutions of government to make work for the betterment of all and sundry, home and abroad, is what Patrick in ABJ is saying. That's a good place to wrap up the conversation right now. We've got guests coming to talk to us about their business, and get to listen to them and know what they have for us. So do all to stay tuned to Nigeria Info 95.1. Abuja, and thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Join the biggest conversation around national politics every day. The way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria, get differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.